Can you believe we're into May already? Although the temperature outside would lead you to believe otherwise. Anyway, we won't let that stop us. I've got the seed box here, so let's have a look what we could be sowing and planting for the month of May. I'm going to start the sowing session off with my favourite stump carrot, and that's Sweet Candle. These are the beds that I'm going to be sowing them in, and luckily the last day we've had some really good rain, so the soil's nice and moist and we're more or less ready to go. These tanks here are new for this year. Previously I'd used the smaller header tanks, replaced them with these larger ones, so I will be sowing slightly different. As I mentioned earlier, there is a slight difference this year the way I'll be sowing. And normally on my old tanks what I used to do is use my trusty dibber and sink that into the soil. If you look at that, that's more or less the shape of a stump carrot. Down into the soil, then I'd fill the hole with some sieved fine compost and sow the seeds in there. Now this, as I said, is a new system for me, this new tank system. I did do a video of this producing the hooped lid for the top, and also I put the manure in the bottom, but I sieved probably the top 8 to 10 inches of soil, and I think that's good enough for me to go straight in. So I'll still be using this trusty grid as a marker to mark the positions, but I'm just doing a slight depression, sow the seeds direct, and then we'll add vermiculite on the top just as an indicator. I managed to get 117 stations in there, and that'll do for the time being. That'll be repeated across on the other tank there at a later date, just to stagger the carrots. On a few of the stations I was a little bit over ambitious and went a bit too deep with the dibber, so all I've done is pop some of my worm compost in with a bit of added sharp sand, and I've just reshaped the hole, and then we're fine to go. Because I've added fresh compost into the bottom of the sowing stations, I'm just giving them a light spray with some water, a fine mist, because I like the seed to contact damp soil. This spray bottle here, it's made by a company called Defenders, and I got this because it not only works like that, you can actually tip it at an angle and it will still keep spraying. It's got a flexible weight inside, so regardless of which way you tilt it, the pipe is always in the water. Once these have germinated, I'll wait till about an inch high, and then I'll select the one I want to keep and remove the remaining ones. I do that by cutting the plant off at the stem rather than pulling them out, rather than risk damaging the one I want to keep, because just like parsnips, they don't like root disturbance. All that's left now is to fill in the seed sowing stations. This mix that I'm using is my own homemade worm compost with added sharp sand for some drainage. This has proved really good this year, this mix, for actually seed sowing. The germination rate has been excellent. For topping the holes up, all I do is add the same volume of vermiculite and mix the two together to fill the holes. So that's it, the first tank of sweet candle is sown. You can see the vermiculite is actually wicking the water up already because it's changing colour. That's a good sign. What I'm going to do is actually put the polycarb sheets back on the top for the time being. That's just in case if we have any rain, because if we've got any heavy rain in there, we don't need pounding into the seedlings before they've had time to germinate. And also there's gaps underneath there, so it'll give you plenty of airflow. I'll probably remove these once the seedlings start emerging out of most of the stations, and also get a fair bit of light for this as well. Next thing, I'm going to have a look at the asparagus bed. That needs a bit of weeding. It's a bit of a cool start to this morning. I've decided, I've sowed this one carrot tank, have you just seen? I'm going to carry on and do this other one now. Get them out the way, and that's another one off the list. I'd just like to say a big thank you to the people that left messages on me last video regarding activity on my Instagram account. You may or may not know, my Instagram account got hacked, and the chap who did it was actually posting adverts for cryptocurrency. That definitely wasn't me. Fortunately, I was able to contact Instagram, and they have a fairly good method of you recovering and verifying your channel to get it back to you. But do make sure you got some selfies on your Instagram channel, and they use that by you creating a separate video, sending it back to them, and they compare it, then they release the account back to you. So thanks very much, Instagram, but thank you to the people that actually contacted me to tell me about it. Right, I'm going to crack on. So this other tank of carrots, you've already seen it once. I'll bring you back when I've finished. We're back in the greenhouse again. Although we're doing sowings and plantings relative to the month of May, do remember to keep on also with your successional sowing. And I've got some 4 trays out here. I'm going to be sorting some seeds out to do exactly that. I just want to give you a quick mention because we've got a local farm shop not too far away from where I live, and quite often the owner will put trays and pots outside for people just to help us out. Well, I managed to pick up some of these cell trays, and these are really sturdy, much better than the flimsy ones that I've got. So I've helped myself to a few. What I'll do, I'll cut them out into manageable sizes like 12s, 9s, 20, 24s, and also I can chop these about to fit inside the heated propagators, the Vitapods, so that's going to help a lot. So with this in mind, I'm going to chop some of these up, sow some more lettuce, radish, spring onion, and probably spinach. I'm sowing spring onion, and this is a new variety for me. It's one called Apache. It's a red one. Never grown it before, so it'll be interesting if you've grown it. Leave a few comments and let me know how you got on with it. That's this session of successional sowing done. On the back there we've got a 12 block of bolt-hardy beetroot and another one there, so that's 24 in total. Quick at the front here we've got some spinach that's called Amelia, 9 cell. A 9 cell of the Apache, as I said, the spring onion, which is red. Never done that before. Some pak choy, which is unknown variety. It's a sample from DT Brown. They sent out with my seed order. And a little cheeky one here of another one of the lettuce, Lala mixed. I do like this lettuce because it saves having to sow the red and the green type, so flicking it across in one packet has helped me quite a lot. So that's the successional sowing for today. Amazing how the time flies. So I'm going to bring this one to a close. That's because the carrots took a bit longer than I thought it would, and looking at the timeline it's going to be into an epic, so I thought I'd chop it. But there will be a part 2 of my sowing, and that's going to be really busy because I'm looking at getting onions out, brassicas and a few other things. Before I go, I'd like to say that yesterday I visited the Malvern Spring Festival, and what a glorious day it was, both weather-wise and stuff on show. If you're going there, please have a look at the thing called the Urban Jungle. It's 2 big biodomes, and they've created it into a jungle in one part and a tropical oasis in the other. Amazing how they can do that in something which is basically a field. Definitely my favourite of the show. If you're going to go, have a great time, and I might see you there Sunday as well if I go. Thanks very much for watching. Stay safe all, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.